Welcome back. In Tunisia, authorities have identified the attacker behind Monday's suicide bombing in the capital, Tunis, which injured 9 people. The prosecutor's office says 30-year-old Mouna Guebla was an unemployed graduate from the eastern region of Madiyah. After studying English, she had been jobless for 3 years, helping to look after sheep to assist her family. A third of graduates are unemployed in the country. Police sources believe she used a homemade bomb rather than an explosive belt, although her father doubts his daughter had acted willingly to carry out the attack. Officials say she had not been on a watch list of potential radicals. Electric motorbikes in Rwanda is offering a cheaper and environmentally friendly mode of transport for the country's motor-taxi industry. To fight against the high cost of fuel and pollution, a new initiative known as e-Moto is testing the use of electric motorbikes in Kigali.
The e-Moto initiative was developed by Ampersand, a US-Rwandan electric vehicle company. The project aims to provide a low-cost and environmentally friendly mode of transportation, especially for motorcycle taxi riders. Many Rwandans have increasingly been using motorbikes as taxis to avoid the relatively expensive fares and traffic congestions. In East Africa alone, more than 3 million people earn their livelihoods as motorcycle drivers.
With a motorcycle that's more powerful, is better at acceleration, it's better at climbing hills, it has a top speed that's the same or actually better than the motorcycles here, and it costs less to produce. We can sell it for less, and but especially it's much less cheaper to power. So drivers at the moment here in Kigali spend about $2,000 a year on fuel and oil changes. They don't have to do any oil changes with us, and the cost of energy with us is going to be something like $900 a year. So for a motor, that's $1,100 a year saving. It's a huge amount of money.
According to Rwanda's Taxi Motor Federation, there are around 25,000 registered motorcycle taxi operators. In Kigali, taxi motors are notorious for being involved in many road accidents, but Ampersand claims that electric motorcycles can help reduce the rate of accidents.
You know, in Kigali, more than 90% of the accidents, the many people, they say it is motors. So the brake system is really strong than the existing one. This is smooth. You hear it when you ride it, there is no noise. These motorcycles has no exhaust. We don't have any emissions.
E-motors are expected to cost between $1,300 and $1,400 compared to $1,900 for a petrol-operated motorcycle. Although the purchase price is still high, Ampersand says drivers will save more over time because electric bikes don't have air filters, oil, spark plugs, or use fuel. Some analysts say e-motors can be dangerous as they are often quiet on the road, making it difficult for pedestrians to hear them. Plans are in place to launch e-moto throughout Rwanda by late 2019.
In Egypt, the 14th century mosque in Old Cairo is being renovated. The old mosque was built during the 200-year tenure of the Mamluks and is famous for its complex decorations and details.
Archaeologists are renovating a 14th century mosque in Cairo after years of leakage from the area's sewage system caused by structural damage to the landmark. The Tunbuga al-Madani Mosque stands in the middle of a cluster of residential buildings in the nearly 700-year-old neighborhood known as Islamic Cairo. Unofficial statements in the area, which is famous for its mosque, have in recent years posed a threat to these landmarks due to faulty sewage piping.
The mosque dates back to the 14th century, and the last comprehensive renovation work done on it was at the end of the 19th century, so more than 120 years ago. We all know from what we've been reading about the mosque in the newspapers about the bad condition the mosque was in.
Leakage from the underground piping have damaged the walls and ceilings. But while damage from poor infrastructure is one of the drawbacks that could hit a landmark in populated residential areas, there are some advantages to being situated in such locations. The current renovation are part of a joint project between the Aga Khan Trust Foundation and the Egyptian Ministry of Antiquities.
دي مشكلة الآثار الإسلامية إنها وسط السكن وسط المجتمعات.
Islamic antiquities are located in the middle of residential buildings. This is both an advantage and disadvantage. The advantage is that we have an opportunity to create activities for residents where they can benefit from the close proximity to the artifacts, from tourism, and we can develop crafts in the area. But the drawback is that if these buildings do not have proper infrastructure, especially sewage piping, when sewage comes in contact with an artifact, it is the most dangerous thing that can harm any artifacts.
The project, which is funded by the European Union, cost about 30 million Egyptian pounds. The restoration involves the mosque eastern wing and is expected to be completed by 2020.
A group of Libyan actors shed light on regional issues through their own theatre company. The group, called Curtains, faces social media backlash for having female actors among them, but they vow to continue breaking taboos through their art. Take a look.
Young actresses stirred controversy in the Libyan capital as a theatre troupe moves on to break taboos. El Seta Group, an Arabic word which means curtain, employs 15 actresses but faces waves of disapproval in the Muslim conservative society.
People do not know what theatre is in Libya. They're used to watching the Egyptian theatre or the Syrian, Turkish or Lebanese soap operas. Other directors have Tunisian, Algerian and Moroccan actresses. So why not bring Libyan actresses? At El Seta Troupe, our role is to support the talented. When we employed female actresses, we had critics saying it's forbidden and wrong. These are extremists. But that has made us stronger. We will continue, and God willing, we will invite them for a play.
While the presence of female actresses whose age range between 10 and 24 years old could pose as the major challenge facing the theatre, other obstacles include a dire security climate in Tripoli and lack of funding, which often cause difficulty finding places to rehearse.
I can't blame those who spoke ill of us. I will continue, and I love theatre and art. I will continue. For those who say that Libyan art for women is wrong, we do not act out of wrong things. As female actors in Libya, we are delivering a lovely message. We are delivering a message that if a woman has the talent, she can practice it. I have no problem, and I will continue.
Last month, the group, which was formed in 2017, was forced to halt production and rehearsal after more than a week of clashes between rival groups in Tripoli. The clashes are the latest episode since the country slid into chaos since former leader Muammar Gaddafi was toppled in 2011 by public protests. The theatre movement in Libya can be tracked back to 1908.
That's it on the program today. Thanks for watching, and Teniola Shubowale.